Recording in progress.
We're in
Hey,
progress.
sister.
Always the work in progress.
Hey, sister. I didn't start like how our podcast always started. Hey,
What's that?
sister.
Oh, hey, Spencer.
All right. Well, it's been a minute. I think our last like extended episode of this was right around Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, maybe. But I just remember doing what did we do? Blaring and Vibrant Galentine's Day, but we were in character. We weren't even doing
It's true. So we haven't really had an episode of this for a while. I think the last one you really did a deep dive on enemas.
It was catching a poo, and that was the one with the tiny crocs inside the crocs. The croc and croc.
I did a series of meme reactions with you. There was
the tree hugger lover.
The lady who was in love with a tree. Yeah. So if you don't, you can go back and watch some of our sketch sisters. This is just our time to catch up, have some coffee, water, tea, whatever.
Oh, damn. I forgot to get my coffee/tea.
Oh, do you want to go get it?
I'll take you with me.
Yeah, take us with you to your house. Make coffee with me.
Make coffee.
You look really cute, by the way. I like that top.
Well, thank you very much. I was trying, for some reason my camera like spot on. As far as like where I look, it feels like it's tilted, which is not. It's just me and the way the morning is happening, I think.
Yeah. So how are you going to make coffee today? You doing a French press? You doing drip? You doing pour over? You doing Greca? What are we doing today?
You see how I drip. I think I'm just going to do, that's a reference to Tony Baby Ramsey, one of Justine's characters. Money green jacket, money pendant, giant like 6-inch money pendant, gold chain. And her tagline is, "You see how I drip."
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm filling up the Keurig right now for hot water.
Oh, didn't even put that as an option. Okay. So
hey guys.
Yeah. So
you want to learn how to make a great cup of tea?
The first topic though, Kara doesn't know this. I've been collecting ideas all this week because I've been anticipating this convo. And I have a whole list, sketch pod notes.
I'm so glad you're prepared because I am unprepared.
One of the items, usually this is how our sisterhood happens, really, since I came out of the womb. If I'm unprepared, Kara's prepared. If she's unprepared,
It's true. It's true. And we don't even talk about it.
No, it's just like we're in sync. Sometimes it usually also happens that way. If she's in like a valley situation of life, I'm usually on a mountain.
Yeah.
And then usually
it's so true.
On a mountaintop, I'm on a valley.
I was just thinking of this like the other day because we have been having a bit of that dynamic for the last month or two. I feel like, well, I mean, always.
Oh, I think it's
especially the last month or two.
This year, 2023.
Yeah. What's up with 2023?
I feel like 2023 is a lot of yin and yang, right? Like you go, oh, this is an amazing victory.
2023 is bipolar.
Then you're slapped with like, oh, but this right here really sucks about this. So it's almost like, to me, 2023 feels like recognizing and acknowledging duality, but also I don't know how I think about that anyways.
Finding the silver lining, the gold nugget, if you will, having to dig for that a little bit, finding it, but having to dig for it, you know?
But what
do you think of this lighting?
What about the phrase, you can't polish a turd?
What do you think of? Instead of
you were delayed. Your lighting, the natural sunlight's beautiful.
No, it wasn't. I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to use your fridge light as your ring light.
Ooh. You should do, actually, when can I sign up for your masterclass? Make your fridge light your ring light.
I mean, I have so many good ideas, so many good hacks.
So, okay. We have to hop into these topics though, because, well, I have
a hard stop.
I have a hard stop. Here's why though. If you haven't yet, please go like go listen to a podcast called Cultural Capacity. It is one of me and Kara's projects through our family company, Educator Aid. Yes, we do some other things right now. That's just part of who we are. But yes, so I have a cultural capacity interview with an author. I'm very excited. But the first topic, I really have to come out. Okay, I'm coming out of the closet today. And here's what I'm coming out of the closet with. I hope I don't get canceled for saying that. Can you get canceled for saying that if you're not coming out?
I'm pretty sure anybody can walk out of a closet.
Out of any
Or
closet,
out of a
out of any figurative closet we built for ourselves.
Exactly.
Okay. So here's
Let's call it. Let's coin a new term. 1 second.
I like
calling it coming. Like if you have something to come out about, because we all do.
Yeah.
Different stages of life. We gotta come out
every day. Sure.
Like, hey guys, I'm ready to tell you the truth about me. I really love wearing wigs. I had to come out of the closet as a wig lover, for example.
And I think at this point, if you are subscribed to this channel, you're fully aware we both love wigs, and that's probably not a secret.
But we had to come out because I've never worn a wig in my life. Literally, I bought one off of Amazon for this Sketch Therapy Network.
Yeah. You're exactly right, because same. I've never worn a wig for real. And the other thing about that, like probably one of the best sister times, I mean, we always have a great time together, but one of the most memorable was going to Halloween City, the first time we really stocked up on wigs.
Yeah.
Like, yes, this is the direction we're going.
I really regret not going back this year, but we're doing it. I think I'm going to plan a retreat around it, actually.
It should be an annual, you know what? That would, never mind. Let me not share that idea live, because that's
no, I want to share it live because I think I have the same idea you do. Having a Halloween retreat for adults.
Stop being telepathic. It was how to come out of your shell, because I was just telling a friend, because
I love it.
He's a very successful principal at a high school, and we were catching up over virtual coffee. He's about 4 hours away from where I stay, but we're in the same PhD program. We were catching up over virtual coffee about a week ago and ended up talking for like 2.5 hours. And he was like, man, he's like, I loved you and your sister's podcast, the Sunflower Society, because it reminds me so much of my sister. And I'm like, oh, you're still listening to that? And he's like, yeah, he's like, but I also see everything else you're doing. And I'm like, damn, this lady's on fire. And I said, do you want to know the truth? I said, comedy, we realized we've been into it since we were kids. And it's the only thing that has gotten us through really, really hard times, beginning with the pandemic, and then with a lot of grief moments with losing our mom, losing our grandpa, like successive things happening over the past, 2 years in particular. And all of that to say, I was like, so we actually transitioned to a sketch comedy channel, and we have a pretty large following. So thank you, subscribers. Thank you, because your support eventually helps us actually have more.
My goal is to get more subscribers.
Oh, okay.
And we already be one of the biggest local church in my town, and I'm real thrilled about that.
Okay.
But my next goal, my next metric is to surpass the subscribers on our local school district sports network.
Wonderful.
So
I'm with it. I'm on board with that goal. We're in agreement. So back to what we were saying though, what I described to him was, I said, do you know the crazy part is? He goes, when I listened to Cultural Capacity, so the other podcast I was telling y'all about, where we interview authors, and we interview a lot of big people, actually. We have a lot of interviews coming out this year that have already been recorded, and they're phenomenal. Like one's with an ex-pastor. I think I'm going to do his next. I think we'll release it. Yeah. But all that to say, he goes, there's no way, like, dude, he's like, do you practice before you? I said, no. And I said, the truth is, even a few years ago, we were very unsure of ourselves, even like going live on Instagram. And I think people need to hear this because I said by doing sketch comedy, I've become a way better facilitator, a better teacher of
Yeah.
all of those more like professional things, and better at starting to brand myself and
You
tell.
stop thinking about what other people think because you
Correct.
know it's ridiculous, and you're like,
Yes.
I don't even
So,
need to care because
yeah.
it's so.
So Kara came out as a wig lover. I too. And I will tell you, it is shocking to people who don't know that you love wigs, because when I showed up on Halloween this past fall with my vibrant wig with my clients, my school clients, they were shocked. And which I always did dress up as a principal and teacher.
That's one of my favorite stories, actually.
Yeah.
Did you do a survey on that visit? Did it say like, P.S. How'd you like my wig today?
No. I love their reactions because it reminds them automatically, like, I can't take myself too seriously. And I needed that reminder when I was in that seat.
Instant icebreaker. You don't even
Correct.
need one of those
No,
dumb
I literally
icebreakers
just
that
had to
people
show
try
up. So what I'm
You're the icebreaker.
all of that to say, what I'm coming out about today, and I'm just accepting it because I never thought it would be who I am. But right now,
Yes.
it's a part of my identity.
Oh boy.
I'm a suburbanite. I'm
Ew.
officially a suburban dog mom
Ew.
who takes her poodle in a booster seat to Starbucks, who in our HOA every Thursday night, it's almost like a contest to see who can put out their recycling and trash bins first for the next morning. I am living in America's suburbia.
How are you
And
feeling about it?
I never thought, I just never thought that would be. So I wanted to bring that topic up to open us and also just come out. I am a suburban dog mom.
You know, I hate everything about it. I love it for you. I hate everything about it, but I think I hate everything about it because I just don't have access to that lifestyle. I would have to drive probably 45 minutes to feel that lifestyle to the full.
Yeah, suburban life. No, this took
But this
2
is
hours out of my day.
So I have to, I have to justify my choice by hating suburban dog moms.
But Kara gets a taste of that life when she comes to visit. So she sees what it's like to just walk out your door and walk around a large subdivision that never ends with multiple dogs being
And you
walked.
can't find your house when you try to go back.
Everything. And there's a clubhouse. Yeah, there's a pool, there's a clubhouse in every subdivision. And we didn't really I wouldn't consider that we grew up in suburbia. I feel like a lot of our
we did. We
kind of did, but also we always lived close to like busy roads.
It was a subdivision in the middle of a cornfield near a town. Is how I would describe it. No, near a strip mall.
That's true.
That was near a town.
That's true.
That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. Well, okay. Anyways, I just wanted to come out. I wanted to come out to you all.
I appreciate you for it.
And the reason why too, maybe you all don't know this, another topic I put down, to help people get to know us, if that's your jam. I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Before you say it, let us know in the comments if a retreat that's like a retreat for grown-ups around Halloween, to basically become more extravagant versions of yourself in life. If that's something that would you come to that?
More confident. Like that, where my mind went was the confidence. My reason, actually, thank you for reminding me for that long explanation for you all, was because yes, it helps build confidence. It helps you address insecurities, because when you put it on, you're like, this is so ridiculous. I can't take myself too seriously. Yes. And also, I don't really care what people think. That's why improv work and sketch stuff, it is so powerful, but it's also very challenging to get there to where you're like, yeah, I could do that. But if you were in a safe group, comment below, if you were in a safe group where it was other people who decided to take that leap, and it was about just finding your voice, finding your confidence, but obviously it would involve going wig shopping and coming up with your own characters, because that is
Or would you
like we work out a lot of frustration through our characters, I think.
would you join a Zoom, like a Zoom session, a Zoom
Oh,
party in
oh, we
character?
should call, wait, listen, wait. We should call it wig therapy.
Yeah. Okay, we're doing it. Mark it on your calendars,
Wig
people.
therapy. Comment below if you're coming to WigCon. WigCon.
WigCon. Don't tell anybody, guys. Don't tell anybody.
Wait. I just
Don't
saw
tell
it.
anybody.
I saw it. WigCon, and con is all caps and the rest is lowercase. Confidence. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get from going to WigCon. Confidence.
That and you learn how to be a con artist, because if you wear a wig and play a character, you can easily be a con artist.
Okay, so that, I mean, wow. Clearly you could see we weren't planning that. We really weren't. But
We just came up with something
we're telepaths.
revolutionary, but don't tell anybody.
But tell everybody.
I'm gonna create this event in the near future and start marketing
I'm going
it.
to trademark
I am.
WigCon. I'm going to trademark WigCon.
Okay, please do.
So I admitted to being a suburban dog mom. Okay, that's out. It's out. I'm out.
You're so brave.
I've
So
accepted it. Okay, but why this is important, and this is another topic I put here. I think long ago we probably spoke about this on the Sunflower Society podcast, but what I don't know if viewers and subscribers on this channel know about you, Kara, is you have an international past. And I want to just segue to this because of I wanted to admit and confess that I'm a suburban dog mom. And I say confess because I no longer see it as negative, but I had that bias for years because my past is I had moved almost every year of my adult life until I was 32. I'm 38. So these are the past 6 years are the longest I've actually lived in one place. This is my first home that I just moved to a few months ago. And
so you moved again.
Yes, I did actually. But this is why I'm saying it, because I moved to whatever neighborhood I was teaching or was a principal in. And that is what I felt called to do. And I enjoyed doing it. So I very much have lived in cities since pretty large cities, Indianapolis and Chicago, specifically in the Midwest of the US, since I was 21. So that's why for me, it's a little bit uncomfortable still to admit, like, yeah, I went to the suburbs, no longer a city dweller, because it feels a little bit like an abandonment of a part of my identity, you know? So I put all that transparency out there, as well as a little background info. Martina Lucifer.
No.
Oh, that's not that wig.
This is random.
Oh,
Last Real Housewife has used this, or not Last Real Housewife. Scared Mommy has used this
I
wig.
feel like Martina Lucifer.
My Amber Heard impersonation used this wig.
Okay. So, but let's go back to you. Okay, spotlight on Kara. I gave you a little bit about my living background so you could understand why I was coming out with being a suburban dog mom. But Kara actually has an international past. And you'll hear her, talk snarkily about they do live kind of in the middle of nowhere. She has rural land is where she lives.
I got 8 acres, bitch.
Yes, but but you have an international past. So will you share with subscribers your international past? You've lived in other countries.
So I lived in Romania for a month, which I don't know, how long do you have to live somewhere before you consider it living?
No,
or just
I'm putting it out there because I think you've spent extended time periods in some interesting places that people might not know this about you, because you typically talk about making casseroles and living on land and in the middle of nowhere, and you can't relate to being a suburban dog mom because the closest Starbucks is a ways away. So
I could share, I mean, someday maybe I'll share a scrapbook that I have of all my world travels. But also there's a bit of cringe involved in that because some of it was for like mission work or whatever, which I have a hard time with now. The concept of like, what was I actually thinking of myself by going to these? I mean, not that it wasn't helpful. I worked in
no,
orphanages,
same.
but like I actually did work. Like I did dishes and served food and changed diapers and blah blah blah. I worked. So anyways, I have a scrapbook like of these journeys, but part of me is like I do have lots of photos of me posing in the missionary style. That is not what I meant.
Oh, I just got it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not what
mind,
he meant.
not yours.
He was posing in the fashion missionaries and groups of missionaries tend to pose with in local
Of a church missionary. Yes.
Yeah. He wasn't posing in the missionary position. Please, let's differentiate. Because at this point, I do think we need to clarify, because I do think at this point, according to analytics, more of our subscribers are men than women.
That is true, which I take as a high compliment.
Thanks, guys.
I mean, honestly, it's a high compliment because a lot of our characters are a little like, I don't know, like making fun of a certain stereotype, but it's like we do that with women characters too. It's not just men characters. Anyways, so I have a lot of pictures of me posing with kids that, you know, it just feels exhibition-y to even like pull it out at this point. So I spent time in Romania and then I spent time in the Dominican Republic. Doing the same thing in both places, working in orphanages that were usually run by the Catholic Church. I was not Catholic, but
volunteering, yeah.
Volunteering, learning. The second time was an immersive experience through the Mennonite Liberal Arts College that I attended. And that was a 3-month thing of being in Santo Domingo, which is the capital city, for a month and a half of it, being a scholar there, learning how to talk to people, because like I lived with a family that only spoke Spanish. They didn't know English. And then I also traveled like an hour every day, and what they call a guagua, like car stuff with people. And I had to figure out like my directions and how to talk to people to find directions. I can't believe, actually, as I'm saying it out loud, I can't believe I actually did that at that point in my life, because I was like the blondest rubia there ever was, which is their name for like American girls. And here's me like walking the streets.
Nobody called you gringa? Nobody called you gringa?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, mostly as rubia.
Yeah, because you had your hair really blonde then.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You did. Okay, I just wanted to revisit that and give a little background details about our own lives to subscribers.
Yeah, I would have joined the Peace Corps if I had gotten knocked up.
Yeah, you were looking
honestly, I was looking into travel nursing in the Peace Corps at the time I got knocked up at age 25 as a nurse, as a practicing nurse. That's a bit about me too. Yeah, and everybody's kind of like, "You're a nurse. How did this happen?"
The same thing happens to anyone, as if nurses don't have relations.
Yeah, come on, they have a lot of relations, you know what I mean.
Okay, so meme reaction. You all know by this point, I hope if you watch these, that I try to always get a rise out of Kara or some type of reaction live. So I sent this meme to her the other day. What I wanted to ask you was, I'm a Virgo, she's a Capricorn, so a little bit about our zodiacs. I don't know if she knows her moon sign and her rising. I know my moon and my rising. So if you don't know your moon sign, your sun sign is like your true north. That's like what I am, my Virgo, right? When you're born. So most time when people ask your zodiac, that's your actual sun sign. But then your rising is often how the world perceives you. And that's different. And then also your moon sign is how you experience feelings and emotions. So my rising is Leo. So a lot of times people think I'm a Leo, like, oh, you have a big personality. But I'm not. But my rising is Leo, and then my moon sign is Pisces. So Pisces are very like water-based sign. They're very emotional, like some of the most, they're the most intuitive sign. So that is how
What's the sign that wants to like people a lot but doesn't? What's
Capricorn.
that called?
Capricorn.
Oh, so I'm probably
and
Capricorn
two,
like through
and
and
two
through.
of your, two of your kids, Sagittarius, they're that way too.
Mm.
So this was
Yeah.
just a funny one that I sent to Kara this week. Do you find this accurate for Capricorns?
I was gonna say inaccurate because of one little word.
What?
I wouldn't put the don't in there. I care about you enough that I'm not gonna lie.
Ah, yeah. Okay. I
Like,
can see that.
I care
can
about
see
you
that.
enough because I don't, I do care about people. It's just sometimes people are a lot for me. Like, when you hold on. You want to like think the best of everybody in every situation, and then they just show you something that's not the best, and you're like, damn, you're in public or whatever. You know?
Comment below if you can relate or if you're a Capricorn. But this was another one I wanted to show you because Kara has two kids that are Sagittarius, and my significant other, his rising, which again is how the world perceives you, his rising is Sagittarius. So this is pretty accurate, I think. They tend to be, I think, kind of detached, like where people are very drawn to them, but they can also very easily just be like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
So I would say, I think this is pretty accurate and funny for that one, but okay. I just had a couple meme reactions. What I want to get into with the time we have left is let's review some of these characters and what's going on with them, because as I mentioned, most of a lot, we're about 40-60, I think, as far as how people identify, if they choose to identify by gender. Our analytics show us that we're about 40-60. So about 60% male subscribers and 40% female. Which
I'm hoping the men aren't there for our, beautiful natural beauty.
Well, I'm sure some of these wigs,
I'm hoping they're there
it's all about is beauty.
It's all about the comedy. I know men have extremely discerning taste when it comes to comedy.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah. So let's go into our dashboard really quick though. This is you all, how would you describe our character development process to our subscribers?
So it's this for me. I'll go through phases of characters I like to do, but also if I see like a news story or like some weirdo or creep out there that's doing something crazy, like I'm going to probably try to embody in some way their general aura or probably what their outlook on life might be. I make up this backstory in my head of what this person's general, outlook on life might be and how they might react to things. So that's my process. We don't write a script or anything like that. We just sort of like turn on the camera and go. Yeah. I don't hardly edit at all because a lot of times it's like, other than like trimming down segments or whatever, but like as far as editing, I just kind of Justine's really good at stream of consciousness, and like she has this new character called Jerry Trolls, which I'm dying at. But she's really good at stream of consciousness, like long segments of just going. I tend to come up with zingers. Yeah. So we balance each other, but you got to talk about Jerry Trolls. Yeah. I love her. Is it a they them? Is it a
So I didn't reveal that, and I will leave it to you all as subscribers, because Jerry Trolls, uncommon to what you might already be perceiving about them, they are strangely inclusive with their language.
Yeah. It was interesting how you narrated like through some politics without disclosing anything about your
Yeah.
personal viewpoint. You're just a giant troll
Yeah,
of all things.
exactly. I'm an equal opportunity troll. So
Yeah.
just so you all see, this is just inside my mind because Kara's telling you the truth. Like, we will text back and forth. Our process is no more than throwing out ideas to each other to react to, maybe. But I didn't even tell her about this character. And it also has just been like, sometimes we'll sit on ideas, but then it will morph into like, well, that element is good, but I think the character needs to be like this, right? And it's not some fancy process like what, like it's not like we get
I
stories.
sat down for 2 days to write
Yeah,
this 5-minute
no, not at all. And none of it literally is scripted. So it is improvised variety show for sketchy characters only, to Kara's point. And thank you again. Keep sharing the love. We want to get to, well, we want to surpass the local sports network YouTube in Kara's town. That's the next milestone.
Such the happiest person.
But again, this was birthed out of comedy. To us has been our best form of therapy, so to speak, and easing grief, and just something we love. And we love being silly and being snarky and cracking jokes, but also just looking at, we are all navigating humanity all the time. And if we weren't making light of the situations or all of the stories or context that we're exposed to all the time, that is what we are. We're a product of those things and those experiences. That's what shapes how we see the world. But every single character, we could tell you, if you really wanted to know, drop questions in the comments on the different videos, whatever. But every character has elements that we are making fun of about ourselves, number one. And number two, almost like a compilation or conglomeration of like, oh, like even after the fact, if she'll send me a new short she does as a character, I'll be like, you did that because that's what mom used to do. Like there's those elements where we might know that, but for the most part, a lot of it is the generalized, like, oh, that might be a person who thinks that Fox News is the truth, right? Like, these are common caricatures specifically in American society right now. So a little behind the story with Jerry Trolls, and I'm not revealing.
No, I think you should. You should. Not the name of the place, but that he was your first boss. This guy.
Oh, yeah. No, I was going to say, I'm not revealing yet if they have a gender preference. And
yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's part of the mystique, and it also doesn't matter at all, which is pretty purposeful in that respect. But this video, so oh gosh.
This is a close tie for me for your favorite character, like my favorite characters of Justine, with Tony Baby Ramsey. It's so good. And you literally can like troll the worst incidents of every week and it will be so good.
Yeah,
like the vanity of every week, just troll.
So he's there. They are an equal opportunity troll, as Kara stated, as I stated multiple times with the character. And they are really interested in professionalizing trolling. Like, so I'm telling you the backstory though. We have to go back to just leave it there, I guess. But okay, backstory. My first interaction with male misogyny and also sexual harassment in the workplace was I started working at a golf course when I was 15 years old. The owner who bought the course when I was still 15 and made crude and lewd remarks to myself and the other female employees, we were all teenagers under the age of 18 at the time, was named Jerry Trolls. Jerry spelled with a Y. So I'm definitely not stealing his exact namesake, and rest in peace. He has passed since then. But I also use the platform to almost take back power of my own voice and turn those situations into something funny, because if you don't make light of it, it will fester. And we've all as women probably had plenty of incidents where there's sexual harassment, inappropriate comments. I was paid less, even though I was doing the same job as my teenage boy colleagues, they were making like $3 or $4 more per hour than I was. Like, there were all of these things that at the time you don't know how to advocate yourself. That would have been the early 2000s, and I was in high school. So even walking into that system, that anyways, that's a backstory. But when we come up with these ideas, part of it too is, no, we get to rewrite this narrative. And so that name itself is just a funny play on it. And I got thinking, and I'm like, oh, it's perfect. Like, that's what the character does, is troll. And they're very serious about it. And they do it to everyone and anything. So that is what the new character is. Other reactions to Jerry trolls, Kara? On the real trolling all day, every day.
I mean, I think that Jerry and Dallas need to do a live.
Yeah,
Jerry,
I kind of was thinking that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry and Dallas would make the perfect combo. And maybe maybe they'll start dating. Who knows?
Who knows?
And you'll never know my Twitter. You'll never know my Twitter. That's all. I just want to introduce myself.
Hey, you got 1 minute to your hard stop. Do you have anything else to?
Well, I want to go back to, I love Lucille Balls. So if subscribers, if you haven't watched Lucille Balls yet, I do think this is going to end up being one of your best characters. But also just go comment with a predicament, even if it's made up.
Yeah, make one up.
She's like a romance advice kind of Dear Abby. So I love that character. The only other thing I would say is,
somebody put salt shakers in the comments though, and I looked up what that meant, and it meant that it's like tragically unfunny. It's like,
really?
Yeah. So
salt shakers?
I don't care. I don't care what that person's handle was like like Hazy Mind 420 or something like that. Goodness. I'm like, oh, you're just dulled. You're just dull.
I just didn't even know that was, there goes my geriatric millennialism. But I didn't even know that. Why does that represent?
I don't know. That's why I didn't bother to comment.
Okay, the only other thing I want to, like, how do they do this with songs? I know it's copyrighted, but it's in
Russia. Like in Russia, it's blocked right now, and probably for,
well, they don't get to see my dog stealing my man's underwear. I'm so sorry that you don't get to see that. So the only other one I want to plug that is going to be coming out in the next couple weeks is this one. And it is also equally ridiculous. I had some of my best material this week, I think. But
yeah,
here's probably like, it's just Teen obsessed with herself. No, I rewatch. This is how you think I have a stream of consciousness. I rewatch so that I can make sure that I have the same character taglines.
Well, yeah.
Giving you guys behind the scenes, because with doing it improvisation style, we're not rehearsing. So often Kara and I are watching ourselves back. So I remember, okay, next time I play Jerry Trolls, these are the couple things I need to make sure I say throughout, because those are their taglines. Vibe, she has the same kind of thing. So, but this one, I had a lot of fun creating this. And the spoiler is, when you watch it, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to get Thaddeus to actually produce a music video with me. And it's the worst song ever. Like, I literally have gotten it stuck in my head, Kara. And I don't even have words for it except what I made up. But this morning,
put it on Spotify.
Yeah, this morning,
you never know what'll happen.
Going through my head when I walked my dog. A puppy's point of view.
People love that shit. Do you remember Baby Shark? I mean, for crying out loud.
It's also a knock at, it's the classic thing that, like, Paris Hilton made an album, like the classic influencer trying to make an album too.
Drop some sick beats behind that puppy and put her on Spotify and iTunes.
So when you all watch this hasn't released yet, but please comment if you want us to actually produce a parody music video. We will do it.
Except I have to be in it. I need to be in it.
Well, okay. I mean, that's understood.
I'm gonna be in it.
But what role are you gonna
I
play?
could steal it. And
I probably will dress up as several different people as a background dancer.
Wait, there's yes, with furry boots. But there's also another new guest that makes an appearance in this video. Do you remember the guest's name, but you never see him? Did you watch this one yet or no?
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to think.
Hang on, I'll give a preview before we log off.
I can't remember the name. No.
wow. Thank you so much, guys. I feel like I just let you in on what's going
You're so annoying.
I am.
America's top songs of 2023 and really beyond. Like this could get me my like gold record. So
It wouldn't be. Oh, Rodrigo.
musical inspiration.
You're close. Watch.
I mean, Shakira has nothing on me. Cher has nothing on me. Gaga has nothing on me. Charo, nothing on me. So
She's so delusional.
I'm so glad.
And she's so like
Diego.
Diego.
Yeah.
He will come
Diego.
Yeah.
and he will bring finger symbols or a
The details are so good. Like you just add these stupid.
Okay, but here's the truth. I wanted to only show that part. First of all, yeah,
and he'll try to join in.
Diego.
And I have to shut that down.
Diego. I had to because, well, first of all, I got the idea because when Kara plays Blairin, she uses a miniature megaphone, like she's yelling at people and animals and stuff. So I'm like, oh, that's actually a powerful strategy, like comedy wise, of pretending like there's something over there bothering you, but they don't have to be an actual character or anybody who ever appears. Although in the future, I could just have a random friend pop up and play Diego, right? Like it gives us flexibility. But the final thoughts on that was also, truthfully, I don't know, because at that point, that's why I ended it, because I almost busted out even when I said finger symbols. And I was like, I don't even know how I held a straight face because it's so ridiculous.
Each character has their own way of coping with laughter in the moment if we need to. So
yeah, there's some that are very key, like why I use this.
Yeah, exactly. Fix your face.
Okay. I really have to hop off. I get to do another interview. So love you all, Sketchies.
Will you push upload on this so that I can get it processed? All right. Make sure you subscribe. Push the button.
See you all soon.